What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. And I've got a strategy. I finally have a strategy that's been working out pretty good for me. So I think it's a accumulation of everything that I've been absorbing and learning over the last, year and a half plus. About a year and a half. About a year and a half that I've been trying to learn, paid for school, class, and you think that's all you need, and it's not. I mean, you really have to spend time. I'm starting to see that you really need to spend time at these charts to see exactly. It's like they say, oh, it's going to take your eye a while to, train your eye to see these things. It's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Isn't there set rules or something? No, you definitely need to train your eye. And I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see it. Because there's so much involved. It's all about context. That's the biggest piece that I think I was missing for a while, was context. How, what, when, you know what I mean? Like, how did the candle form? When did it form? How did it form? You know what I mean? It's all those things. But pretty much I've come up with a little strategy that I'm going to try to explain my strategy the best I can, but I still kind of don't know my strategy, but I know a piece of it. I know a piece of it that I've been using to kind of chip away. Chip away. I'm looking for low risk, small money. I'm trying to put wins in my account. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put wins. I'm not shooting for the moon. It's low risk, low money. So, I mean, anyone could really do my strategy. And again, my strategy is multiple pieces, but the little strategy that I'm talking about is my little, I'm calling it the leech strategy, because I'm leeching on and just sucking all the money out that I can and get out. So I'm not trying to stay in very long either. I'm trying to get in, take profit, and get out. Little moves, because it's really hard to tell what the market's going to do. But if you start studying and looking at how the market moves, let's turn on the old Epic pen. If you look at the market and see how it moves, it does pretty much the same thing. It kind of goes up, comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. So it goes up and down a lot. So we should be able to capitalize somehow. So I'm trying to figure out how that is. So basically, I'm looking for small, little moves using everything that I've learned. And this is one from last night. And actually, on Monday night, I had 5 different positions open that I placed. Usually I'll eat dinner. If I'm not doing YouTube stuff, I'll eat dinner and I'll scan the charts. I'll sit here and scan the charts while I eat, and I'll look for opportunities. And that's the only thing about this strategy, is it's chart intensive. It's like, you want the money? Go get it. The more you look, the more you'll find. You know what I mean? It's not just a strategy where you can just buy and hold long and because it doesn't work out too well for me. You try to call a direction long term, and long term there's big drawdowns, and then it starts messing with you mentally. So to me, I want short, sweet, low risk, in and out, chip away, just keep putting money in the bank. That's what I'm going for here. But my strategy again is a mixture of a lot of things. But this strategy that I'm talking about, the little the leech strategy, and this is, I actually rewound this a little bit so you could see exactly what I saw. So last night, this time, I'm sitting at my computer and I see this on Euro Aussie, and obviously I scan pairs, scan up and down, looking for things like this. And this actually worked out pretty good. But on Monday night, I had five positions open, placed 5 trades, went to sleep, kept my stops nice and tight because I don't want to risk big money. I risk no more than like $50. $50 on any given trade. But I had 5 different orders. My phone was beeping all night. I keep my ringer on and notifications on for forex. So whenever something happens, an order gets filled, a stop loss gets hit, or anything, I know about it. I want to know about it. You know what I mean? Like Facebook and all of the other crap, I have notifications turned off because I could care less. But when it comes to forex and your financial situation, yeah, you need notifications on. But I got woken up like probably 4 or 5 times. I think 2 of them hit take profit at the same time. So it was like 3 or 4 times that I got woken up. I'm like rolling over, one eye looking at the phone, and I could see that take profit level was reached. And I'm like, yes! It's so much better than seeing your stop loss was triggered. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man, I don't even want to look. I'm just going to go back to sleep. But yeah, that was a good night. You know, I didn't get the best of sleep, but I woke up with a little skip in my step. You know what I mean? A little pep in my step. Like, yeah. And actually, this strategy. So over the last, I would say, week and 3 days. So we're not even through the rest of the week yet. But about a week and a half, I'm up $544 as of right now. And actually, this was a little bit higher. This was like $560. It was almost $600 at one point. But obviously, we've pulled back a little bit. But a majority of my trades were like this week. So this is what I saw while I was eating dinner. I see Euro Aussie, and the first thing I like to do is go and zoom in on the weekly chart and the monthly chart. And if you don't pay for TradingView, you can just go back and forth between the different time frames by, selecting on, the different time frame you want to look at. But yeah, monthly. And this is the reason I want to know, because so monthly we had this bearish move. We have a 382 pin bar reversal candle on the monthly chart, and it looks like we could be possibly starting a bullish move up monthly wise. So okay, we'll keep that in the back of our mind. And weekly chart, it looks like it looks like we made this bearish move. We have wick rejection. This looks like a definite area of resistance. We have another wick rejection. That looks like a 382 pin bar. So that almost meets criteria for shorting, because we have multiple wick rejections here. But nonetheless, we are in it's semi-bullish move up. I don't know, it's not extremely bullish, but nonetheless we are moving up, but it looks choppy, sort of bearish. I don't know, but you want to keep that in the back of your mind, because if we are in a bullish weekly move, then that means that the next bullish move that comes out of this chart, whenever you're in an uptrend, the bullish moves are the biggest. They produce the most. So if you're shorting and a bullish move happens, you're going to get wrecked. So we're going to make sure that we at least are aware of that and make sure that we keep our stop tight so that we don't get wrecked while we sleep. Because there's nothing worse, trust me. So this is exactly what I saw. You know, I see that we made this, you know, I threw these trend lines on just to kind of help me. The trend lines just kind of help you see what's going on. Nothing really more than that, but I see that we hit the top of the trend line, we came down, and then we had this bullish move up, right? We had this bullish move, and then we kind of made this little top. We made a little high, and let's zoom in a bit. So we made this high, it started moving down, and then what happened? Look at this. We got this wick out of nowhere that came up and actually broke this high that we just made. So that looks like market manipulation. That looks like the old fake 'em and shake 'em. Get everyone out! You know, they're stopping people out, they're grabbing liquidity, and then they're pushing the market down. So this also looks like a bullish move into the market is starting to roll over. And I noticed as soon as I sat down that we had a 4-hour bearish candle close. This candle had just closed and the next candle just started, and I'm like, this move looks like it's already started. I could probably go down to the 1-hour time frame and make it a little bit better, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. We've got a bearish candle action now. It looks like we had a bullish move, it ran out of steam, it's starting to roll over, and it needs to go down to find more buyers before potentially heading up. So we need to come down, possibly find support at maybe one of these levels, or potentially maybe even hit the trend line, find more buyers, and then continue up. Or that's one scenario. Or, you know, we come down and we don't find those buyers, we breach the trend line, we come back up for retest, and then we head lower. That scenario too. But the great thing about my little strategy is I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care if this is going up or down from this trend line. All I care about is it looks like we made a high and it's got to go down to find buyers. At the very least, it needs to go down to find buyers. So I want to jump on board like a leech and try to suck all the money I can from here down to wherever it needs to go. And we're looking for small moves. We're not in very long. We're in for a little bit. We're not risking that much. And we're making plays. And you know, you get 20, 30, 45, 50. I've had 60, 70. I just had a $90 win, like, and it adds up. When you have 5 of those going off, it adds up very, very quickly. So, yeah, don't be fooled. So, price starting to roll over. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going to take profit? What makes the most sense? So I see this high and this high, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really line up with anything. But ooh, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks like mucho respecto. See that? If we draw a line there, we have mucho, 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 mucho respecto. And then if you bring the line across, it actually looks perfect for this to kind of work its way down. Maybe we get a wick, we touch this, and then we keep going. Or like I say, or we break and keep going. So that looks like the level to me. Right here. Oops. I screwed that up. Right there. So that's exactly what I did. I didn't wait for a retracement. I didn't wait for nothing. I got in. As soon as this candle closed and the next one started, I'm in. I entered, and I already saw the fake 'em and shake 'em, so I was comfortable leaving my stop loss a few pips above this high. Not this high, but this high, because we already saw market manipulation. Cool. So I put my stop loss right about there, and then my take profit was right there. From where price is, it's a little over a 1-to-1, a little over. And some of the trades that I've placed were actually backwards, where it was more risk than reward, but I still saw it going. I still saw the retracement happening no matter what. And it worked out pretty good so far. So let's actually play this forward and see what happens. So entry there, stop loss there, take profit there, and play. And this is what happened last night while I slept. Oop. Right on the money. Right on the money. Look at that. Got taken out in profit and price pushed back up. But wasn't what I was expecting. We did not breach. We actually made a lower high, and I was considering jumping back in, but I don't know. The risk to reward now is not worth it. Because if I got in here, the risk would be that, and there's not much reward left on the bone. So yeah, I'm gonna let it go. So other than that, I have, ooh man, Gbp Swiss Franc. And if you've been watching my forex videos, probably the last 5 forex videos, I've been jumping up and down screaming about this guy, this monthly freaking monster level of support. Price came down, touched this level, and left in a hurry. That's a great level. Great level. Also, on the monthly, we have a cup and handle pattern, which again, it could hold, it might not. Sheeb, I found a cup and handle pattern on Sheeb, and it did not hold. It blasted the bottom of the cup and just kept going down. But this is a bullish pattern nonetheless, so I'm going to assume it is until otherwise proven wrong. And I have been watching this pair for a while. And if we go to the 4-hour chart, you can see this area right here. Like buyers, like so many times buyers. But again, the more times you jump on an area, eventually it's going to break. So I figured this was not the area that was going to send us higher, because we've hit it so many times and the institutions did not throw down. So we have to go lower, possibly, to find that level, which this is the biggest level left. I mean, this is the absolute biggest level. I can't see it reverse. Possibly here. Possibly, but I would say more than likely here. So I had a pending order, regardless, sitting at this level for a long time. Just sitting there doing nothing. I'm like, if it happens, I didn't have a stop loss set. I just like, when it happens, I'll look and see, like, you know, how did price come to there? Did it come screaming down? Did it, like, what happened? Because context is key. And actually, you can see that I actually did my little leech play here. I saw we kind of broke lows, and then I saw that we were kind of pushing back up, and then we broke this swing high here. We had this little swing high, we broke it, and I'm like, oh, okay, we broke a swing high. So it looks like price was starting to roll, right? I saw this 382 pin bar close, So I entered right here on the next candle, short. Because I'm like, okay, it's going to come down, find support, possibly at this level, which happens to be right here, and then possibly further upside from there, but that's not what happened. But I got in there, it shot down to this level, and it took me out in profit. Cool. Then I bought back in, it pushed up a little bit. I set my stop to break even, or just above, like $1, and it came down and stopped me out for $1, and then came flying all the way down and finally triggered my 10,000 unit order. And actually we have to go to the 1 hour chart to see exactly, because I've been looking at the 1 hour chart a lot because you get a little more context here. So you can see when it came down hard. I mean, really hard. And it was nice to see that it stopped very, very close to my 10,000 unit order, which was right there. I think my yellow line is off. It was right there. I had that 10,000 unit order sitting there. And then my order was filled. I did not have a stop loss. I kind of just was watching it. And then it shot up. But look how fast it shot up. It was too much, too quickly. And that's the biggest lesson I think I've had to learn with forex in anything trading. If it's too much, too fast, take it. Every single time. If it's too much, too fast, take it. Because it's coming back down. And I also figured we only tested this line once. We've got to test it at least one more time. So it shot up. I took profit. It came back down. And I entered back in with a stop loss below this low. And you can see I got stopped out for a small loss. But after that small loss, I saw the wick push down and something told me to get back in. So I jumped back in. And then it pushed up again, started to roll over, and I took profit right there and set my order straight back here for a buy. So made profit there again, came down, filled me another time, and now is pushing up again. Yeah. But this time, on our ascent up, and I'm holding this, I'm not getting out this time. I'm gonna hold because context, right? We tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. We tested this area. We're not going lower. We already have a higher low, a higher swing low. And yeah, the first candle was rather bullish, but after that, it slowed down. It's not too much, too fast. You know, there's some retracements here. People tried to sell, picked up support. You know, it's not too much, too quickly. We've got nice wicks on the 1 hour. This looks healthy. This looks really healthy to me. So this is worth the risk to me, I would say. To just hold and stay in. Because we've already tested a bunch of times, and if this thing's retracing from here, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no level here for it to retrace to. We've already hit the level 4 times, so if this is going to come down from here right now, then we're going lower. So I drag my stop up to make sure I'm covered either way. It might be a little bit too high, but so I'm below that swing. Yeah, you know what? I need to go right there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it just below this swing low here. But regardless, I'm walking away with 54 bucks off of this run. Could be a lot more, but we'll see. So I definitely think that GBP Swiss franc, you know, we're definitely testing a big level right now. And if we get a nice breakout, I'm looking for like to break, you know, at least some of these highs. And if we can get that, you know, I might take profits somewhere here. Somewhere here, looking for retracement back down, and then I'll be re-entering here for further upside. It's kind of what I'm thinking there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how the candle formations happen. And other than that, I have Euro USD. Euro USD. And you can see that I made a few bucks on this week. I bought here, sold there, bought back in here, sold there. A couple little short moves. And now you can see on the 1 hour and 4 hour, we could probably zoom back out. 4 hour time frame. This level that we're at, if we bring this back up to where it should be. Yeah, look what it lines up with. Right here on the monthly chart. That is a significant, I mean, price came flying down and stopped right there. So that's a definite significant level that we're hitting. Weekly, we're in a weekly bullish move. Monthly, it looks like we're starting a monthly bullish move, but you know, obviously this candle hasn't closed yet. So there's a good possibility that this thing could just rip. And that might be the case, but I'm seeing a head and shoulders pattern at a significant area of resistance. And we have shoulder, head. We have a swing break this low, took out that low, and we're coming back up into shoulder. So I entered here, stop loss above the head, aiming to the downside, looking for a slight retracement because we still have time for this monthly candle to close. And I mean, we've been moving up all week, so I would expect some sort of possibly some sort of retracement and then further upside. You know, because we still have we still have 2 trading days this week and 2 trading days next week before this monthly candle closes. So we might get small retracement, more upside, and I think we're heading towards this trend line, because this was a long-term, I mean, over years, long-term trend line that we've hit. We hit it in 2020. Now we hit it again in 2022. So there was two years in between hitting this area, and then before that, we hit it again in 2017. So this is a long-term trend line that we just came busting through. Now we found support. I think we need to go back up and test that trend line and either continue lower or break back it up into this pattern, test, and then go back up. So regardless, I saw the head and shoulders pattern at significant area of resistance, and I'm gonna go for it. So where to? I'm trying to be conservative as possible here. So 4 hour chart. You know, we could be coming down into, I doubt this one, but possibly one of these highs here where we have multiple tests. So conservatively, I'm thinking here. This is where it'd be my take profit, another drop, and then I'd be looking to buy. And where would I buy from? Well, if that's the high, in fact, the high, if we bring out the old Fibonacci, 618 level is right there. So I would go right there, just above, because that is where the bearish breakout started. So, and this is a little bit higher than the 618, not much. My stop loss would go below this swing low here, aiming to the upside. So that's what I'm going for there. But we'll see. I have seen head and shoulders patterns like this many times, where you get the shoulder, the head, you get the swing break, right? We got shoulder, we got head, we've got this low that took out this low, and now we're coming back up into shoulder. I've totally seen these things just blast straight through and just keep going. It's like they throw this out in front of you like, hey everyone, look, head and shoulders pattern, and then they screw you. That's a possibility, but I think most of those that I've traded were just in the middle of nowhere. They weren't really at any significant level. So we are at a significant level. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. And Euro NZD. I'm in this right now as well. And actually, we need to go over Eurocad first. So Eurocad. My mentor took a loss on this, and I just can't figure out how. And that's the only reason I kind of knew about this trade, was because he kind of mentioned it, kind of opened my eye, and I'm like, oh, okay. So we see this low here, we made this high, we came down, made a lower swing low, and then we had this bullish move. This high is higher than this high, only by a little, but it is. So this is a bullish rotation from here to here. So that's a sign that possibly the market could be heading up, right? So the mentor set a buy order at this area right here, shoulder, right? Looking for further upside. Well, that's not what happened. And he said he took a loss. I'm trying to figure out why, because normally in a head and shoulders pattern like this, shoulder, head, shoulder, you would set your stop below the head, which this low did not take out this low. So how did you get stopped out? If he put his stop here, well, then he's not following his own rules, because this is an advanced pullback. This is a swing low, this is a swing high, and this is an advanced pullback. This is not really a swing low. That is. That swing high, that swing low, advanced pullback. You do not put your stops below advanced pullbacks. That would probably be why you got stopped out. So I waited. I actually did not get in where he got in. So I actually waited for this level right here. I don't know why. I was figuring if I get in around, oh, that's not very straight. If I get in around that level, then I can use this as my stop level. So I have my stop loss somewhere around here. And it's minimal risk. Minimal risk. So you can see my little blue arrow there, which I have no control over these. That's my broker putting those in there to signify my buy and sell. So I bought, I went up, I was in the negative for a bit, but it did not take out that low, which my stop was below this low. Pushed up, and I noticed it starting to roll. You see this? It's starting to roll over. And I'm like, huh. We did not take out that high. We did take out this one. So we're probably going to come back down and find buyers, right? So maybe this level? That makes perfect sense to me. And this is actually what kind of helped me create the little strategy that I'm using right now, because I'm like, wait a minute. We've got a couple of bearish candle actions here. It looks like it's starting to roll over. I'm going to take profit and get out. And then I'm going to put another buy order down at this level and see if it'll go higher. And that's exactly what happened. It moved down. I got back in down here. It pushed up again. And look at that. I took profit. It pushed down again. I bought back in. It pushed up again. I took profit. It pushed down again. I got back in. It pushed up one more time. I took profit. I did not take advantage of this last move here because I was not sure if we were going to break this swing high or not. We did, but I wasn't sure, and it was not worth the risk to me at this point. So I didn't. And let's see, Euro NZD, I have a trade going here. So again, monthly looks bullish. Weekly, it looked bullish, but we have a 382. We have another sort of bearish candle action. So we have kind of like two bearish candle actions. It looks like possibly on the weekly chart, it's starting to do the old rollover type thing, and that's another thing that I thought of. Right, we're doing this on the 4 hour, 1 hour. If it works out really good, we can scale it out, and we could do the same strategy on the weekly chart and take advantage of much bigger swings. Right, like something like this. It looks like it's starting to roll over. Maybe we sell here and then look for, you know, a level, so we could sell all the way down to here, take profit and get out, because we don't know if it's going higher or it's going to continue lower. But regardless, for now, I kind of zoomed in, 4 hour chart, and let's actually go down to the 1 hour. No, yeah, 4 hours fine. So 4 hour, yeah, this thing's been kind of, it is actually in a downtrend, but this actually looks like a bullish move into a corrective pattern down. But this isn't a clean channel down, it's an expansion. So I've seen these expansions break to the downside, so just keeping that in mind as well. But regardless, we had this bullish move. You know, kind of, wait a minute, did I, oh yeah, I did this one too. You see this starting to roll over here. I sold right here. I think I set a take profit to this level, and you can see, yep, I made money there, and I bought back in, sold. But basically, I see a bearish drop, big. I mean, that there's momentum here. We were slow coming up, momentum. So we have momentum. More than likely, this momentum is going to carry through. So I'm looking for, yeah, we got the bearish move. We had a little retracement. It looks like it's starting to roll over. We've got two bearish candle actions. I threw in a position, and I'm thinking minimum, this is going to retrace down to this level. And from there, it'll make up its mind. From there, it'll either break and go lower, or it will hit this level and go higher. And if we don't get any wicks past this, then it's a higher low, and this will continue up. So I'm looking for little move from there to there. And let's see. Yeah, we're risking $32 for the potential to make $50. So a lot of these trades are one-to-ones, but I'm telling you, like, I've been on a streak. I've been on a streak, a really good streak, because I wait for Yeah, wait for the turn, and yeah, we could get like a rando wick that just comes flying up and stops me out, and that happens. It does. But I used to think that I got stop hunted. I always thought that, because like, I always set a stop loss, and it always got triggered somehow, and I'm like, what is going on? But I'm starting to see that I'm not being stop hunted. I was just setting things in the wrong spots, because I've had, I would probably say 12 to 15 wins in the last week and a half. 12 to 15, and not a single one even came close to my stop loss. But a lot of them were small. But it adds up. It adds up. So on top of that, just real quick, Gldg, retirement portfolio. This was something that I was trading. I remember back here, this gap. I saw this gap, and I'm like, okay, well, Gldg looks good long term, right? Higher highs, higher lows. We're getting close to the bottom of the trend line. And I saw this gap, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait for the retracement back down to this level, and I'll go for further upside. Guess what? Never happened. Never retraced. Never retraced. So it pushed up again that second day. I entered somewhere in there. Then it went up and made the high, then made a lower high. I exited somewhere here, made this in profit, and I avoided all of this coming back down. But now you can see how close. Yeah, we've come very, very close. I would say we are in the buy zone. Anywhere between like $1.25 and $1, man, this is the buy zone for this particular thing. So I had a little bit of money sitting in the retirement portfolio, not doing anything. I think it was like $214 or whatever. But I mean, these are only $1 and something a share. So I mean, $200 can do some stuff. So I saw another gap right here. Obviously, somebody big with money threw down. And yeah, it is retracing right now. Now it retraces now that I jump in. But yeah, regardless, I'm happy with $1.25, $1.26, whatever it was that I got filled. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this because again, right? When did this do well? 2020, COVID, shut up. Come back down. We actually have a swing break here on the monthly chart. You know, this high, higher than this high. We did break a low, but you know, we're going into a recession, which everyone has admitted now that we are going into a recession. The Fed, the president, everyone's like, okay, yeah, it's happening. So when we go into recession, gold should do well. So yeah, I'm back in Gldg. But anyways, other than that, I just have, yeah, like Tesla, Neo, Mara, Riot, and yeah, I'm getting screwed. I'm getting hosed so bad right now. But go back and look at Riot blockchain, for instance. Back at its highest in 2008. 3,600 a share. 3,600. I'm buying shares at $14, $15. Only 1%, 2% maybe of the population knows and, you know, uses crypto. So once crypto becomes regulated, more and more people will trust and use cryptocurrencies, and these are a avenue for people to put some crypto exposure into their, you know, regular 401 or whatever. So I do think these have major potential in the future once the pain's over. But yeah, I'm not getting out. I'm gonna hold these no matter what. Mara, Riot, ANET, Tesla, Neo, and Gldg. That's what I have right now. And hopefully I don't continue to get smoked, but hopefully we can make some of it back in the foreign exchange. If we can master this, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe. Throw me a thumbs up if you feel like it. If not, then don't. See you later.